Hello and welcome. Today's episode of The Inferno is episode 14, the Temptation podcast, where we discuss the importance of feeding the good wolf within us instead of the bad wolf. And we are exposing toxic people. We are exposing narcissists. We are bringing truth to power by speaking the truth, by healing, by recovering ourselves. If you are coming out of a relationship with a toxic person, this may benefit you, or if you're currently in one and you could be having issues that you're not being able to make sense of, you could very well be in a relationship with a toxic person. So welcome to the Inferno, episode 14. We are going to discuss today the Masters of Chaos. This is not a good title to have, but this is what toxic narcissists are chaos. They don't do well in stability. They are always in a battle within themselves. So if you're going along, you think things are going well in your relationship and they are just a wild card like a grenade going off, you could very well be in a situationship with a toxic person or a narcissist. They don't do well with peace and stability. So if you really think about it, they love destruction. They fuel off destruction. They fuel off gossip, drama, chaos. They are not comfortable in peace. They are not comfortable with people who are healing themselves and on their journey of healing. And why is that? Because they are so chaotic within themselves, but they refuse to see or believe, and they also deny that they have an issue. So what do? They blame the other person on who they're with. You're the problem. They are never the problem. So there's too much silence there for them, and they will not self-reflect. So that's why they are so chaotic. And again, like Masters of Chaos, it's not a good title to have. So they don't want peace. They can pretend they want peace, but they do not want peace because they're not comfortable in that peaceful, harmonious relationship because they're not peaceful within themselves. So they choose the chaos. They choose supplies that like the drama. They choose a new source, right? They look at everybody as an item. They don't look at you as a person. So in their underdeveloped little minds, sadly, they look at new people and people that are giving them attention as a new little shiny toy. It's like the little kid who gets a new toy and then they get bored with it and then they throw it over on the shelf and they jump over and play with the other one, and that old toy is nothing to them anymore, but it's still their toy. It's just sitting there. It's of no good use to them. They're very chaotic. They bring a lot of chaos into your life. And so if you're finding yourself in this situation, get the heck out. If they don't discard you first, leave them. Plan, strategize. You cannot keep continuing to see good in somebody when there's no good in them. They are, well, God creates and the deceiver destroys. That's what they do, and they will try to destroy you. They're very intimidated by your light, so no matter what it was in the beginning they seen within you, they are now bored with it. They're ready to throw you away and jump off and ride over there to the sunset, so they think, and start playing with their new toy. Or a lot of times they'll overlap. If you've been in a long-term relationship with these people, they will have cheated on you. They're all cheaters, every single one of them. They cheat themselves. They are, every single one of them, nothing but lying to you, deceiving to you, because they lie and deceive themselves. And they really do not follow through with anything. I was reflecting on this in the situation that I've been in for the last 12 years, and this person never finished projects. They would start projects. They would be so chaotic in the mind. I used to blame it on just ADHD. No, this is who the person is. They would move on to something else, not finish that project. Used to drive me nuts. I used to make excuses for it. I used to be so forgiving and just like, okay, well, just trying to encourage the person to follow through with something, and they don't. They do not do constructive criticism at all. You are a threat to them if you start giving constructive criticism or constructive advice on how to see a different perspective on how to do and follow through with things. And so they're complete chaos. And what they do is bring chaos to your life. It'll never improve for the better, ever. So they lack consistency. Whether this is doing projects around the home, whether this be them promising you to go and in the evening and watch the stars. They promise it to you, but they never follow through. I was waiting for the past, I don't know how many years, to go to the beach and watch a sunset. Never happened. No consistency, and they never follow through. So, what else do I have here on the notes? They're just crazy mad making. And if you're a pretty stable person, by the end of this situationship, you will be spinning just as much as they were, because they invite that chaos to you. They are, if you are one like myself who is always playing kind of Zen music in the background, I'm in harmony with nature, I get out and ground every day. There's always something in the background with these people that it's like a Tasmanian devil or a freaking grenade being thrown into your peace. They are crazy mad making. Again, not a good title to have, but they are master manipulators. They are master deceivers. They are masters of chaos. And so they're always in this battle within themselves. And so the more and more you're around them, it's really hard to not be spun up into their chaos, because they are chaos. So pull away from that, draw yourself back from that, and they literally actually despise the peace that you may be. I know for me personally, I lost my son in 2014, and I've just needed peace in my life ever since then. This person has never allowed me to be in peace, cheated on me 14 months after my son died, always job jumping, always lying, always trying to pull one over on you. They're very immature in their whole being is very immature. But again, like a shiny new toy, you will wear off. Your newness will wear off eventually. And, you know, there's always more supply with these people. So even if they're not ready to throw you over on the shelf like that old toy that they're bored with, they will keep you around if they feel there's some sort of supply or resources from you that they can still gain a false image of being normal. And eventually, if you do not throw them away and retire them, they will do it to you, and they will run parallel supplies. What does that mean? They will be, if they're in a marriage, they'll have side chicks, they'll have side dudes. And it's really dangerous, because they are exposing you to not only other people's energy, but they're exposing you to other people's DNA. They're exposing you to sexually transmitted diseases. They are so very dangerous to you. So if you have identified this in your situation, or if you're recovering from that, tether to the divine, tether to knowing your worth, because they will end up making you feel like you're a piece of shit, when in all actuality, they choose to not heal, and they abuse other people. So you cannot make somebody love you by giving them more of what they already do not appreciate. So if you are like me, as an empath, I used to believe that love could heal all wounds. And in a normal, typical person who's been through trials and tribulations in their life, this is probably true. But if you're in a relationship, situationship with a toxic person or a narcissist, you cannot love them enough. The more you love them, the more they resent you. Why is that? They do not love themselves, and they believe you are faking loving them. I quote, let me do this a quote. I loved my husband at the time more than any person that I've ever been with. But now I'm grieving the reality of this person was never real. This was just a character. This was just a mask. And at the end, he was quite proud with that narcissistic smirk to throw me away, to retire his old toy. to jump over to that new toy that he can go play with for a while. So just a few Bible verses before we close this episode 14 off of the chaos that narcissist toxic people are. Proverbs 26, verse 24 through 26. Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but their hearts they harbor deceit. Through their speech is charming, do not believe them, for 7 abominations fill their hearts. Their malice may be concealed by deception, but their wickedness will be exposed by the assembly. They are malice. The complete person is malice. Is there any hope for them? Yes, repentance. In Yeshua, I never underestimate that. But when you deny that you have an issue and you blame somebody else for all of the bad behavior, they blame you for their cheating. They blame you for their lying. They blame you for their deceiving. You can't heal that. 2 Timothy 3:13. But evil men and impostors will proceed from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. We're seeing this. It isn't because it's getting necessarily worse, but it's getting exposed because the mask and the lies and the deception will eventually not be able to hide anymore. More people are waking up. More people are starting to trust their intuition, the Holy Spirit, that gut in you that Creator gave you. And so there's a lot of people who are being revealed as imposters. They cause nothing but malice. They want no good for you. Trust me, they don't. And the really sad thing is they are actually in self-destruct, but they want to take you down with them. And when they're done with their new shiny toy, the pattern and the cycle continues. The same thing, different person, different toy, because you're not looked at as a person with a heart, feelings. The last verse I would like to share is Psalm 104. And this is for you on your healing journey. God takes chaos and makes something beautiful out of it. God takes chaos. God takes where there was once chaos. So if you were in a relationship with a toxic person or a narcissist, that fake mask, that shapeshifter, that one who puts on a different character depending on who they're around. And hi, mama. Hi. You can rise up out of it. You got to do your healing. And the best way to do that is to go to your inner divine. Remember your worth. Make something beautiful out of it. I hope that is what I'm bringing to you today. No matter how nasty you've been treated, never sink to their level. And that is the beautiful thing that most of the time intimidates these people. They know your heart. They're envious. They're jealous. They have malice for you because they can't feel that way. They are complete chaos within themselves. And the straw that broke the camel's back for me is because I am strong enough within my identity, even though I was chiseled away for years, to rise up out of that, to know my worth, and to know I deserve way better than this. Was all of these same things were done to my daughter, my only living child out of 2 children. And when that child was ghosted, as my episode 13 spoke about, go back and listen to it. When my child was being lied, deceived, manipulated, thrown away like an old toy, line in the sand because Mama Bear came out. And that's when I started going on my healing journey. So remember that God will take whatever chaos, whatever hurt you've been in, whatever hurts you've been through, and can give you the opportunity with your free will to make something beautiful out of it. I hope this helps you. Like, subscribe, comment, share. We will be doing a comment soon, or a episode soon about Darvo, how they project. And I will see you the next time. Shalom, shalom.